Hey guys, it's just a man here, and I'm back to bring you guys another tutorial video. Now in this tutorial video, we're going to be going over how to use your DualShock 3 on your Bluetooth enabled PC or laptop. So you're going to need quite a few things for this. So first things first, you're going to need your Sony DualShock 3 and your data cable that came with your PS3. Now this data cable can also be bought at basically any online electronics retailer or at any local electronics retailer. Personally, I recommend buying it online because it's a lot cheaper that way. It's basically a few cents to $1 on Newegg, Amazon, or eBay, or wherever you buy your electronics online. So just go buy a second or even a third one. Personally, I have three. Now this is just in case I want to bring one on travel and one keep at home, just stuff like that. It's just for convenient purposes. The next thing and the last thing you're going to need is Motion Enjoy. Now the link to this program will be in the description box below, or on Analog Hype, or just in the video right now. So Motion Enjoy is basically the meat of this operation. What it does is it installs drivers, it installs drivers to your computer to enable your DualShock 3 to basically talk to your PC and send data over to it so that it can be used in whatever program or video game you desire. So again, go to motionenjoy.com/download and then click on your desired desired version. What I'm running is a 64-bit version of Windows 7. So if I were to re-download this, I would just click on that and then choose where I want to save it. Now after I do that, it's going to bring up this little baby. What this is basically it's asking me to extract the files from the zip file. Now I'm using WinRAR to extract this, but you can also use 7-zip or whatever extraction service you have. So next thing I'm going to want to do is extract your executable file to either your desktop or just double click it. Usually I just double click it. So after that, it's going to bring up the setup menu. Now just like all the other setup menus for your various other programs, just clicking next, because it's just going to ask you where you want to save all of your things, and then at the final part of the setup, it's going to ask you where you want to if you either want to create a desktop icon or create a quick launch icon. So I'm just going to leave both of those boxes checked. Click next, install, and it's going to start extracting the files to your desired folders. Next thing you're going to want to do is click run DualShock 3 _ tool. So click finish, and then it's going to bring up the program. So after it brings up the program, well actually first it's going to bring up the wiki page, which we're going to actually close because we don't need that right now. So it's going to bring up the little wiki page, and it's actually going to okay, initially it's going to say that it's not going to have the compatible version, but that is not true. So actually I'm going to click no just for this tutorial purpose. I'm going to go back into the program. Sorry for this, I kind of forgot that it automatically goes into the installation process. But we're going to go back into the program. Now what you want to do after you have the program open is you're going to want to click DualShock 3. And after that, you're going to want to go to Driver Manager. Now after you do that, it's going to prompt you to install the desired drivers to run your DualShock 3 on your PC or laptop. You're going to want to click Next after that. Then you're going to hear some beeping noises and all that other stuff, and it's going to start installing the software to your thing. And you're going to want to connect your DualShock 3 to your laptop or PC. Now, actually, I believe there was a problem there. Yeah, there was a problem. I actually meant to click the device manager before I actually installed it. But anyway, since I've already done this before, it's already installed all the desired plugins and drivers to the computer. But if you hadn't already done this, then it would have just gone through the installation process, which takes about 1 to 2, maybe even 3 minutes to do. So after you do all of that, what you're going to want to do is check both boxes after you go back to Driver Manager. Now once you do that, you're going to want to click Load Driver, and then the program is actually going to freeze for a little while. Don't really mind it. It's going to go to not responding, but just keep calm, alright? It's doing what it needs to do, loading up all the drivers, making sure everything's working fine. You're going to hear some beeping noises that'll basically tell you that, hey, this thing's installing, just leave it alone, everything's cool. So as you guys can see in the lower right hand corner of my screen, it does say installing device driver software. So I'm just going to exit that, and I'm just going to wait for everything to be installed, and you'll have this little box that's basically updating you on the installation process itself. So we're just going to sit here and wait for the installation process to finish. And once that installation process does finish, it's going to tell us in the lower right hand corner of the screen that, hey, this installation process is done and your device is good to go. Actually, I'm going to close this again. Sorry about that. It keeps popping up. I'll fix it after I'm done recording this video. Okay, and after several more beeping noises, it's going to tell you that the device is done installing and your drivers are all good to go. No, we're actually not going to restart our computer. So restart later. Now after that, you're going to want to go to Profiles, click DualShock 3, go to Enable. It's going to have this little thing that's basically telling you that your DualShock 3 is charging. Now we're going to go to Bluetooth pair, and after that we're going to go to pair now. Basically say, hey, we got the DualShock 3 connected, we want to pair with our computer or laptop just to use it for whatever our desired purpose is. Then we're just going to go back to Profiles and do a quick test to make sure that everything's running fine. So what I want you to do next is click on Vibration Testing, and if everything is working properly, you should see your DualShock 3 vibrate. Then after that, we're going to go to Game Controller panel and going to go to Properties. Then after that, you're just going to want to fiddle around with your DualShock 3. Make sure you have the lights lighting up, the point of axis going on your D-pad, the X and Y axis going on your left pad, and X and Y rotation going on your right analog stick. Just to say, hey, everything's working fine, everything's good to go. Now if you've done all of that and everything's been moving and everything, then hey, you're good to go. So just going to click OK and OK. Then last but not least, you're going to want to go to Options and tick Auto Disconnect Bluetooth Controller if no button action after X minutes. Now I have it set to 6 minutes just so if I do happen to leave this controller alone whilst it's connected to my PC, then it will shut off the controller after your desired amount of minutes, just so you won't waste battery or anything. So you're going to click Save Changes, go back to Profiles, and basically you're done. Now, if at whatever time, if you want to disconnect your DualShock 3 at some point in time, you're just going to want to click Disconnect. Then after that, you're going to hear a little beeping noise, and your DualShock 3 should start blinking again, signaling that it's just charging and it's not receiving any of that data. Then you can just unplug it and go back to your PS3 and start gaming again. Well guys, that's all we have for today. I'm Jessaman, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.